You have no idea the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
And Terrence.
What's up?
Okay, guys, we are back. This is episode 123, Barbershop, The Next Cut. This obviously is the third in the Barbershop series. We didn't do the first two because the first one is good. I enjoyed it. The second one, not so great. But the third one is the best. And it didn't really take any knowledge of the other two to enjoy this one.
Yeah,
that's correct. That's pretty much it. So if you have Amazon Prime, this is available for free on that platform. But obviously you can rent it or buy it anywhere else. Overall, I like this movie. This is the first time I'm seeing it. I had obviously seen the other two. I just didn't have a chance to get around to seeing this one. This one is written by Kenya Barris, who writes both Blackish and Grownish right now, and directed by Malcolm Lee, who does all the good black movies that are not about violence or tragedy. Just black people just enjoying themselves. I thought this was really, really funny. I think the writing is what really holds this movie up. It's directed fine, by the way. That's not a slam on Malcolm Lee at all. It's fine. Like, there's nothing
solid.
Like, there's nothing to complain about or to praise. Like, it's just, I think it's on a tripod and he just was like, go. It's pretty standard, which is fine. The movie is really funny and I found myself laughing most of the time. I didn't find too many things that fell flat. It has the same feel of the other two, even though it's a new writer-director team. The acting is all really good. Common is not the best actor, I would argue. But
in a movie with Eve and Nicki Minaj, Common is the worst actor.
That is true. Like, he is. Look, I love Common, man. I'm a huge fan of your music.
He seems like an okay guy.
Yeah.
But goddamn.
Yeah, like, your acting is not great. It's just not. It's like super flat. I feel like they should let him improvise more lines. Just let him be himself than trying to do lines, because it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yeah, Eve is a better actor than Common.
Yeah.
She had a television show.
She did?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Y'all niggas.
I don't watch TV, yo.
This was like years ago.
I don't watch TV with black women with blonde hair. I just don't.
It was called Eve.
Huh.
I vaguely remember this, but not really.
Are you serious? Really don't remember that shit?
I really don't, man.
Yo.
How long ago was it?
This is in the 90s or early 2000s. I guess.
This was the early 2000s.
I hadn't met my wife yet. So there was no way I was watching a television show with a starring a rapper.
What the fuck were you watching?
Nothing. I was playing video games.
He was really into Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, that as well. I was about to say you're watching Dragon Ball Z, but then you don't watch.
No, don't insult me. Why don't you just call me a nigga to my face and insult me like that?
Yeah, she had a television show for a while. It was like a couple seasons.
Well, good.
In
a movie with Nicki Minaj. In a movie with Nicki Minaj, Common is the worst actor.
School. Damn, y'all niggas don't know shit. Good Lord.
All I know is she's the first lady of Rough Rider. That's all I know.
Now I'm talking about Nicki Minaj.
Oh, that I did
acting
know.
school.
Yeah, that I did know.
I didn't know that.
I don't feel like it paid off. There's nothing about her performance that I was like, wow, that's really stand out.
That's a barbershop.
She could have thrown a little bit more into this.
I mean,
certainly in the twerking scene, I would have preferred a little bit more.
She can't.
She can't.
Yeah,
it's really her Achilles heel. She got all that ass and don't know how to move it.
Achilles? No, she doesn't.
Achilles? Her Achilles.
Achilles heel.
That's one of the dumbest moments on Wheel of Fortune. Achilles! Every black person.
I'm sorry, we can't accept that.
It's like, no.
He should have been like, nigga, you serious? Aren't you in college? Achilles. No. Yeah, all in all, I thought it was really funny. I thought it was good. It had a good message, which all the barbershop movies are the message movies. But even though they're ham-handed, like, I don't know. They feel endearing to me, so they still work.
They seem to come from a genuine place. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So 4 out of 5. It was really good. I had a good time with it.
I would give this a 4 out of 5, but I have to dock it a half a point to make it a 3.5 out of 5 for one specific reason. And that reason
Wait a
is...
minute. Please don't tell me. Is this his son?
Tyreke is in this fucking movie, yo.
Oh,
Fuck Tyreke,
that's who
man.
the kid is.
I can't stand that nigga, man. I hate him. I hate him in everything that he does. And this solidifies it, right? It's the dude, right? It is him. It is the actor that I just do not like. I don't find him believable. I don't like his look. I don't like any decision he makes in anything that he does. Fuck you, Tyreke. Fuck you.
That's so funny. I could not place him. I was like, I know this kid. Who is he?
I'm getting really upset for some strange reason, and I can't put because it's Tyreke. Fuck that kid, man. Everything else about the movie is great. It's funny when it needs to be funny. It's preachy when it needs to be preachy. It is endearing. It is positive. It is everything that 90s black movies were.
Yeah.
Just black people having a good time and maybe get a little bit of message here and there. But Tyreke, just no, sorry. 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
All
Tyreke,
right.
You seem to have a bit of a problem.
I hate that guy, man. I don't like him. I don't respect him as an actor.
That's fucked up.
He's not very good, actually.
No, he's not.
He really isn't.
He's really not. And he hasn't gotten better.
Right.
I feel like you're just mean to this kid just because he got one of your favorite characters murdered on the show. You bet he's like a really nice guy. You meet him, you're like, man, I really like your work.
I know.
It's like Nicki Minaj. I really like what you've done for the black community. Like, bitch, you ain't said that shit 5 days ago. Get out of here.
I saw this on the screener, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I saw the screener for this, and I came out really, really enjoying the movie. Like, I just like it. Like, acting aside, because I would say the majority, like, great. Ice Cube, he's got like one note.
Oh no, Ice Cube isn't acting. Ice Cube is Ice Cube.
He's just himself.
Yeah, he's.
But I like him in it. Like, he's fine in it.
Ice Cube is my brother. He is. Yo, every scene where he's like talking to his family, I was like, that's Rodney. Like, that's how he talks to his kids. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get out of here.
Yeah. Common, terrible. Nicki Minaj, she wasn't that bad.
She wasn't.
She wasn't that bad. She wasn't that bad.
Regina Hall.
Why was she in the movie?
Because she was in Beauty Shop.
Yeah, Beauty
Shop.
Shop.
Okay.
They combined.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
She's
a man.
She's overrated.
She's hit and miss.
As an actor. Right,
like she's not very good.
No.
Yeah.
It depends on what she's in.
Yeah.
It depends on what she's in. Like, her with that blue hair just didn't look right.
Yeah, that was weird.
I wasn't a fan of that.
No, I'm not a fan of that at all.
They could have done a little bit better with Cedric the Entertainer's wig and beard, because that was terrible.
Yeah, before it was like a blowout and he had like the gray, and then they just put a gray mop on his head.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, that doesn't even look remotely real. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I just noticed that the second time I watched it. Again, messaging. It takes place in Chicago, which is incredibly violent at this right now. It's like I just enjoy the entire movie. It's really fucking funny. Like, I've seen it like 3 times and I still laugh at the jokes.
What do you guys think of Deon Cole in this movie?
That nigga's funny.
Yo, he's one of the funniest dudes out there, man.
I saw a stand up of his where he was at DC Improv, just kind of working out new material. That dude is so fucking funny. It's not a joke, yo. Like this is this dude. This dude in this particular movie is how he is in real life. I wouldn't be surprised if he improv'd everything he
said.
Yep,
yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm sure he did, because it didn't seem like he had a script.
Right.
Well, and it's funny because, you know, obviously he's on Blackish and Grownish, right? He's actually besides the daughter, he's the link between those two shows, because his character like randomly teaches a night course at the college that the young girl goes to. But I guess his comedy and Kenya Barris's writing, like, it just works. Like the two of them work really well together, and it's just, I don't know. Every line he had in this movie, I cracked up. Like every single one.
Funny as hell.
I would have a gaggle of bitches in real life.
And then the delivery is just fucking funny.
That's his whole thing.
what
It's
it
like
is.
that delayed speech pattern and stuff like that is always good. It's great. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie.
I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5. Tyreke bothers me. I like the dreads. Yeah, they bothered me, but they really did, like, tremendously. And it wasn't just, maybe it was because it's him. I don't know.
It's because, I'm telling you, yo, it's because it's him. It's because it's him. Because one, he's not a strong actor. He just isn't. And then he always has that stupid ass look on his face. And then the fucking,
I like how you guys are going after like a 16-year-old.
the bush root hair that he has is just like what are you doing, yo? Like, and then he's being typecast as this fuck up kid. At what point is it just not being is it not typecasting and it's just casting? Hey, we need a fuck up kid. Call Tyreke.
I don't think that's his real name.
It is now.
But yeah, 4 out of 5. I really, really like this movie.
It's a funny movie.
It's funny.
Yeah.
It's really funny to me.
I enjoyed it. Okay, so we get an opening sequence of Calvin, played by Ice Cube, sort of discussing all of the positives of Chicago, but also addressing all the insane gang violence that's happening in Southside.
What a great Chicago accent that Ice Cube. Yo, that nigga from Southern California forever.
Yeah,
like
he
can't break it.
Right.
Look, you don't hire Ice Cube not to get Ice Cube. Like you just don't.
right.
Like, you don't. You're just like, all right, you just gonna do a Chicago accent? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Like,
Okay.
all right, you right. We're good. Yeah, it's just hilarious.
Calling
to me.
people mark ass busters and shit.
Yeah, you mark like yo, we in Chicago, dog.
Like you in Chicago by way of LA?
He's like, I'm from very, very western Chicago, right on the coast. So you get this whole thing. They're trying to balance the whole idea between the positive and the negative of Chicago right now. Then we actually get a scene of Eddie, played by Cedric the Entertainer, coming in talking about how he's being chased by a couple of gang members, and he needs the quote. He's like, "Yo, you got the hammer? You got the heater?
The heater strap?" I'm like, what are you talking about?
He's like, "Look, man, these gang members are coming after me." So, and Ice Cube is like, "Yo, let's go hide in the back or whatever." And he comes out with like a lead pipe at one point. And you come to find out Eddie was just fucking with him. And so Eddie, of course, tells the story to everybody in the barbershop. And he's like, yeah, he came out talking about Black Lives Matter and all this other shit. It's just funny. But what is actually really cool is to watch Ice Cube's trajectory in life. Like
I got nothing but respect for that dude, man.
No, me either. Like people are like, oh, he sold out or some stupid. I'm like, no, he grew up.
Yeah,
like,
yo. That's what happened when you get old. You become a fucking dad.
Like, yo, I can't. But you want me to carry around an AK-47 until I'm 55 years old? Like, come on, man. Like, but you still get those moments of like Ice Cube from like back in the day. Like when he grabs the pipe, he's like, yeah, like he's like, yeah, let's do this. But yeah, he's still a dad. You know, it's kind of funny.
He's almost 50. Like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, what do you want?
It's like him and Jay-Z.
Nigga, we grew up.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about it. The person who's his best friend in this movie, because I was watching it last night, like the person who's his best friend is Common. They had a huge beef.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that shit in the 90s. That's fucking funny. I never even thought about that.
Like, here are these two guys who were rap enemies or whatever for a decent amount of time. They both did like diss tracks, which was like, you really gonna try to do a diss track against Ice Cube, who has one of the most famous diss tracks of all time? Okay, Common, you rapping about like singing to a woman outside a window, and like this nigga had AK-47s. But okay, good luck to you.
You rapping about music as a metaphor, and this nigga's talking about like his positive song is was a good day. I ain't had to bust my AK today. It was a good day. Like, goddamn, nigga, that was a good day.
Did you see that the Facebook post about they scientifically figured out which day it was?
Oh shit, really?
Well, no, they did. It's a fucking funny meme, but it was apparently it was July 20th, 1992.
Oh shit!
was the good day.
That was the good
That
day.
shit is. I gotta find it.
Ah, that's funny.
It's really funny though.
There was no
They
shooting.
they basically took all of the clues from the song, like the Lakers beat the Supersonics. It was smog free. It was a clear day. It's like the Lakers beat the Supersonics on July 20th, or maybe it was like June 20th. I can't remember.
That's hilarious.
That's
But
pretty
it was
damn
like there was
funny.
no smog. MTV was on. They was playing it. Yo, MTV Raps was on TV that day. They were like, so this is the day. They've narrowed it down to 3, and then they was like, this is the day that it was a good day.
Yo, that's
It's
kind
fucking
of funny,
as
man.
shit, though. I gotta find it.
That's amazing. So then, you know, we get the familiar scene of like the shot everybody in the barbershop, right? And now we have a situation where the beauty shop is half the shop,
Yeah.
and the rest is the regular barbershop. They merged. So the guy from what's that show with The Rock, the football show that he does? Ballers. Yeah, that one guy from Ballers is sitting there, the white dude, and he's getting his hair cut, and he starts going off about how the barbershop was the original man cave, and how now it's just a club with the lights on that doesn't serve alcohol. Just fucking funny. Referring to the women in the beauty shop, and they were like all like, get the fuck out of here. And then he tried to holler at Nicki Minaj, and she was like, no, because you're broke. Which I was like, oh, so she's a gold digger. Okay, at least we're not pretending.
I mean, look, you can be a gold digger. Just, don't bullshit about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I respect you more.
Not really, but okay. No, I don't. Get a job. Shake all the ass you want. Get a job. I don't respect it. Then we get this whole thing. Everybody in the shop starts lamenting about how they got robbed, which was hilarious. It's like, yeah, I got robbed. I got robbed 2 times in the same day. And Deon Cole's character, Dante, was like, I got robbed twice on the same block. And the second robber was mad because I gave all my money to the first. And he was like, yo, that bitch was swole. Like, just the way he delivers lines is so good. It's perfect. Then we meet this kid, Anthony, who is like, everybody at this table has been to the barbershop. There's always the kid who's like sweeping up.
Yeah, he's sweeping up fucking hair.
Yeah.
Just doing like odd jobs around the place.
Yeah. And it's normally like some kid who's either somebody's son or like some kid in the neighborhood they're trying to help out or whatever. And Anthony is this kid who is like a real straight-laced kid. He goes to like private school or Catholic school. And he's just like, oh, I help clean, do you need me to sweep up? I help, organize the shelves and stuff like that. And Calvin's like, no, man, you go ahead. Thanks for doing that. And he's just like a nice kid. Then we get Kenny, who is Rashad's son, played by Common, and Jalen, who is Micah's favorite character, who hates Calvin's son. They come in, and Jalen is asking Calvin for $20 before they go to school. And basically Calvin pulls a Micah and was like, you see all these people here? They all got $20. They have jobs.
Yeah. That's how Dad did it. That's how I'm going to do it.
Thank you, Iron Man.
And it's worked out pretty well so far.
So then Common's dirtbag son gets caught trying to steal two candy bars. So
yeah,
I mean, they were Snickers though. Can you blame them?
I mean, no, known candy thief around this age, which I certainly condemn and do not appreciate or
And didn't participate in any thievery whatsoever.
Not in candy thievery. You're
Not
right.
in candy thievery. No.
No,
Not
that's
candy
baloney.
thievery.
If you're going to steal, I believe it's stealing higher priced merchandise. I may have stolen, I may have been a party to the theft of electronic paraphernalia.
Right.
Yeah, and that Kmart went out of business.
Sorry.
Hey,
It's not my fault.
Hey, it was in business while I was stealing. I stopped, and then it goes out of business.
I mean, you did keep a steady flow of criminality.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I bet it works.
Yeah. What's the statute of limitations on petty theft? 7
I'm
years?
sure it's over.
Yeah, we're good.
Now.
I stole the shit out of DVDs. It was amazing. My collection wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for my internal hookup. This fucking guy. Nah, nigga, put the price of a hammer on it. It's 35 cents. Like, you
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
exactly what we did. We took the UPC off of something else and put it on there and just pantomime scanning it and like boop, oh, there it is. It came out.
Wow.
Yo, we stole. Yo,
Yeah.
if I stole, if I stole 50 DVDs, I stole 70. I was like, yo, this new movie, this is the new hotness, son. Whoop, whoop. I got movies I don't even think I ever watched. I was like, I don't know. This is
Yeah,
free.
it's just like fuck it, I'll take it.
I'm taking the
Why not?
cellophane off of this. This
I
shit's
might
brand
watch
new.
it later. Might not.
No skin off my back.
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for fucking Kenny.
Literally, a Kenny ruined you.
Yep, Kenny ruined my business, man.
Don't refer to it as a business.
Yeah, because I wasn't getting money from it. Kenny ruined my operation.
Scheme. Yeah, operation. There you go. That's a better way of saying it. So after Jalen and Kenny are kicked out of the barbershop for trying to steal candy bars, they're walking down the street and they get accosted by these kids who are in a gang who are wearing all blue. They don't call them Crips, but that's kind of what you assume they kind of are. And
The trips.
Yo, when this scene popped up and this nigga rolled the window down, I'm like, yo, I refuse to get beat up by a nigga looking like you. Like, I'm sorry, yo.
Step out the car.
Like his hair, he had his hair, and then he had like the skinny jeans on and like a True Religion shirt or whatever the fuck. I was like, yo, I'm not getting my ass kicked by you, dog. This is not happening.
Honestly,
Then the other people came out and I'm like, Tiger? What
Yeah.
the fuck? Yo, like, these are your gangsters look real different now.
Yeah, they were a lot more terrifying when I was a kid.
Yeah, now I would look at him like, what the fuck?
No,
man?
I just kick you in your kneecap and in your skinny jeans, you going down.
Right.
This nigga got on culottes, clam diggers on. Like, yo, get out of here, yo.
All
You're
I
not
do
tough.
is fucking pull your pants down. You won't be able to get them bitches up. I'll just punch you in the fucking dragon, punch you in the face.
Yo, look, gang members, you're leaving yourself too susceptible to attack.
You are, yo.
I need you
Like,
to get a belt, my nigga.
That's why you need to put a belt on. Like, what the fuck? All right, yo. All right.
Yeah, I don't understand wearing skinny jeans underneath the cusp of your ass.
I don't get it. I don't
How do
understand.
you walk?
It's because we old, yo.
Are we? Is that
Yeah,
what it
that
is?
old.
That's weird.
You ever do that? You ever walk around with? I did that once.
With what?
When I was in middle school, I went to school. I took my belt off, put it in my backpack, and just tried to slouch my khakis down. And I couldn't fucking move, yo. Like, because I kept having to pull the shit up. I was like, this is dumb, yo. I did that shit for like 3 hours, and I was just like, fuck this, yo. I'm putting the belt on. I'm just gonna be a fucking dork.
Yeah, I wore ties to school, so no, I didn't do that.
No, I didn't. I
Keep
never
in mind,
did.
we weren't required to. I did anyway.
You
I
use what
did.
size?
Yeah, I
Why?
did. I don't know. I don't know if you
It
remember.
makes sense though, doesn't it, Terrence? It makes all the sense in the world.
For those who don't know, Mike and I went to the same high school. Yeah, like I think around my junior year, I just decided like I wanted to have that look. I don't know
Like-
why.
All the way buttoned up with the tie and everything, or like
Yeah, I don't know why. I had many times.
Suit jacket on? Did you have a
No,
jacket?
I didn't have a. I didn't have a jacket.
blazer.
No, I didn't have like the patches on my elbows or anything. No, but yeah, no, I did. The
Button
problem-
up shirt with a tie.
every
Did
day.
you have to wear a button up shirt?
No,
No.
it's a city school. Wear whatever the fuck we want.
They didn't implement the uniforms until well after we were gone.
They saw me and they were like, "He's a dapper young man."
Like, look at this dork. I bet
Did
we
you
can get
wear
the rest of
jeans
them to
or-
do it.
I wore jeans sometimes.
Yeah, this is the 90s, yo. Like, he dressed basically like Jerry Seinfeld. Just a button-up shirt and jeans. A tucked-in button-up shirt and jeans.
Why you throwing shit on me, man? Like, anyway, right?
Well, you the one that brought up the fact that you wear fucking.
I didn't need his extra bullshit.
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Like I had like different
I mean,
times.
I guess.
Like,
Whatever.
I don't know. I think I had like this revelation, like I was going to like improve my grades and everything. Cause like I just like fucked around in high school until like the last 2 years. And then like I was like, I'm gonna change everything, and I was just like, I'm just gonna do all of it, and it was weird, but I just did. I didn't in college. Like the second I got to college, I was like sweatpants, nigga. What? Yeah,
That's very.
yeah.
odd.
I'm a very weird person. Like that I can say.
Rock fucking. Okay, the button up, fine. Tucked into your jeans.
I don't think my shirt was tucked into my jeans.
that would
sounds like
that would look very odd if you had an untucked button-down shirt and a tie, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it really would.
Yeah, it really would. So which is it? Did you have an untucked shirt with a tie that looked weird, or did you have your shirt tucked into your jeans?
Like, was it all the way?
Which one is true? Were you lying then, or were you lying now? I'm like John Boyega. Like, oh shit.
Was it like up here, or was it kind of like loose? You actually had it.
I feel like I had it buttoned all the way up. By the way, didn't have sex with a girl in high school. Another shocking revelation.
Okay.
You know what? I'm Gerard from this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I identified with that guy's struggle a lot. I was like,
all that respect for women and shit like that.
Yeah. Couldn't touch a vagina to save my fucking life. I respect it, but I've never seen one.
Hold up. Is this nigga's name Yummy?
Yeah. Yes.
Who?
Tiger's character's name is Yummy. So
again, I'm not getting beat up by a nigga named Yummy. Or a nigga in skinny jeans.
That is literally
or a
a
nigga.
Cedric the Entertainer joke. Yo, hey, yo, delicious.
I call it no grown man delicious. What was the dude that you said friend requested you on Facebook?
What? Teddy Thickness or something? Yeah, Teddy Thickness.
I'm like, why would you suggest this to me? Who the fuck is this? We have no mutual friends.
Terrence is out here getting requested by Teddy Thickness. Don't ever talk to me about how I dressed in school.
Hey, I have nothing to do with that.
Look, Teddy Thickness saw one picture of you and he was like, I need to meet him.
That's fucking bizarre. Yo, this nigga's name
That's
is
my
Yummy.
rap name, yo.
What the fuck?
It's my nigga Teddy Thickness. Oh, man. So, anyway, they get accosted by these fake Crips and
That's why they be shooting. I don't know them niggas know how to fight.
No, you can't
fight in skinny jeans
No.
that are hanging off your ass. I can't imagine you got a lot of mobility. Because again,
You ever worn skinny jeans?
no.
My wife, when my wife and I were in London, we were at a clothing store, and she was like, "Oh, you should try these on. These are cool." And this was like a couple years ago. And I was like, "These really ain't my style." And they're like super tight tapered jeans, and I was like, "All right, I'll try them on, whatever." I tried them on you. I was like, "Yo, there is no room in this area. Like, there is nothing going on. Yo, no circulation or nothing." I was like, "I'm not buying these, yo." I was like, "You better get the fuck out of here."
Same thing happened to me in Rome. We went to
See?
the store.
See, yo, women, look, I need y'all to stop going on international trips trying to change us.
Yeah, nah.
The same
That
nigga from
shit
Baltimore I was before we left. Get the
That
fuck out
shit
of here.
don't work. My ass is way too big to be in some fucking skinny jeans. Like,
And your wife was like, "You should try these on."
yeah, she was like, "Oh, these look
When in
really
Rome.
good." Right? Like, nah, yo, nah. I'm gonna pick up this blazer and I'm gonna leave. Like,
That's
nah.
funny because when I was out of the country the last time, I bought a blazer.
Yeah, because that's
That shit fit.
Right, it fit. It fit, and it looked like it was fucking tailored to you.
Yeah, well, that's because all three of us are thin guys. So whenever you go overseas, everything you're like, "Wow, these clothes are made for us."
Right,
Finally.
this shit is off the rack.
Right, instead of
Not
being
here,
too
where
fucking
everything is-
smaller, just
It's
two
made-
sizes too goddamn big.
Everything is made for people who apparently are shaped like Minecraft characters. like I don't understand. Help us out, man.
All the jackets are the presidential cut.
Is this for everyone who's 239? 239? Okay.
239 to 6'3".
Right, okay. Got it.
Right.
So, right as they're about to be accosted by these young Crips in clam diggers, Tyga and the Red Bones come out, and they're like, "Nah, yo, don't mess with them. We run these streets." And they're a part of a gang called the Vice Lords, I think.
I don't know.
The Vice Lords.
The Vice Lords, which I assume is an offshoot from the gang from
the Golden Lords.
Yeah, from fucking Meteor Man. They're about as intimidating. And they like pull out like a Mac 9 and like a sawed-off shotgun. I'm like, oh, y'all doing it for real? Okay.
Yeah, they just all came out the window in this fucking Escalade with a bunch of guns. I'm like,
you good? You good, fam? You know what? I get it. Yeah, look, Tyka's not intimidating to me.
No.
And your name is Yummy, so.
Again, we got to fight, and I hope I don't lose. Because if I do, I just got beat up by a nigga named Yummy.
Yeah, that's
unacceptable to me. Like, why would you name yourself Yummy?
Why would you name yourself Thank You God Always?
That's not what that stands for.
Are you
I think, look it up.
I'm not. No. Thank you, God, always?
I think that's what it stands for.
Yeah, you look it up. I ain't looking it up. Get the fuck out of here. How dare you? So thank you, God, always.
God damn it.
He decides that he's going to give Kenny and Jalen some money to be like, here's a little money for you, just because y'all cool or whatever. And he's like, aren't y'all going to join the Vice Lords soon? And they're like, yeah, we're going to join your gang. That's definitely what we're going to do. Like, I ain't joining no gang. Fuck out of here.
No.
But you know what? I don't live in their situation, so I can't really
There
say.
you go. Okay.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Get out of here.
That's what that means.
All right. No.
You got always.
Anyway, so back at the shop, we get a scene where Rashad comes up to Drea, played by Nicki Minaj, and he's like, "Yeah, you're getting all this money." And they're talking about weaves, and then they start to have a conversation about how, basically the women at the shop, Bree and Angie. By the way, Bree is super fine, super duper fine.
The girl with the dreads?
Yes,
Yeah.
the braids. Yeah.
She's very attractive.
She is very much my type. No, because she's like smart and like woke, and she's weirdly at the end wearing a drummer's jacket from like a marching band, which I don't know. I sort of dug it. She has a weird eclectic style. I believe. What did Eddie called her, like poetic injustice? It's like, calm down there. But they have a conversation about how men see women as like they want the visual fantasy of like the long weave and the fake ass and the fake titties. And they don't want somebody who looks like Lupita Nyong'o, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nobody want a bald-headed girlfriend. Yo, Dante's a piece of shit. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first, before we start, like the prices that she said for these weaves, I was like, yo, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, the struggle is real.
To get you, huh?
I know, because my wife is really into hair, and a lot of our money goes into hair.
She was like,
no.
If you want to...
I'd be like, you about to get a Lupita. Like, I'm about to do this shit myself.
Oh, I'm not paying for it. No.
No, my wife...
That wouldn't...
My wife cuts her own hair.
They were like, I need some money to go to the salon. And they were like, it's going to cost you $600. I'm like, that's half my rent. No.
It's not that bad.
I'd be
for
like,
us.
give me a number one.
Yeah, number one all the way around. Yeah, square to back.
Square to back.
Like, my thing would be like, I'm not paying.
You don't tape for your shit?
Nah. Number one all the way around. That's all I get.
You a born
because I cut my own hair, so I don't. Because ain't no black barbers where I'm at.
Yo, where you're at? You get yourself a fucking Dominican hookup, yo.
Yeah, for real.
Nah,
nigga, they put the
fuck. You sure?
They ain't Dominicans where we are. They ain't Dominicans where we are.
Yeah, you go to the Dominican barbershop, they put the fucking designs and shit. They hook your shit all the way up.
They use fucking like sabers and shit to do it.
Right? Yeah, I remember that one video of the guy like
that nigga had an accent. Yo, like, white people, you're doing too much. Yo, don't do that.
Yeah, that's crazy. But like, she was like, yeah, 300, 600. I'm like,
yeah, like 300 is about right.
Nah, you paying for your own.
$300? How often?
Oh, like once every 3-4 months.
Oh,
well, actually, they talking about these people. They ain't talking.
Look, every week every 2 weeks, every
Yeah.
month.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
No,
a lot of
that's
women
crazy.
get their hair done every other week.
Nah,
Nah, they
not
not pushing that. They ain't pulling out that kind of money for their hair to get done every other week for that. Like 300. Well, maybe I don't know, but
Yeah, I don't
that
know,
seems
but
like a
it's-
lot.
I would imagine if you're getting a weave that costs $1,000,
$600, that shit gonna last you for like 3 months.
Yeah,
It better.
it better last you 6 months. $100 a month.
again,
That's a bill.
again.
Yeah.
Lupita Nyong'o is a very attractive woman.
Yeah,
I am fine with it.
fine with that number one.
Yeah, just knock that shit out. So, my question to you guys is it a fair criticism to say that? And we're just talking about black men. Is it a fair criticism to say that while black men often criticize black women for getting weaves or spending a lot of money on weaves and stuff like that, that they will jump over somebody with natural hair, like Lupita Nyong'o, as they mentioned, to get to somebody like a Kim Kardashian or somebody with that type of hair?
When I was younger, I would do that. But
I thought I hit the microphone. I freaked out. I just hit this.
when I was younger, I had that mentality. Yeah, I
Yeah?
did. Yeah, I did. You grow as a human being.
Yeah, I do think a lot of guys who are our age and older still have that viewpoint, which is interesting to me. Like this is like the good hair mentality.
Yeah.
That's odd to me.
I never gave a fuck about hair. I love afros.
Yes, as you've said numerous times.
So I always have. So I never really knew how much women paid for fucking hair until I got older, and I'm like, good fucking Lord. But like, I was never one to like jump through hoops of like bend over backwards to try to get the woman with the long ass hair to notice. I just didn't give a fuck.
Right.
And I was never out, and then I never had a color bias either, because that may be another question that comes. I don't think it comes up in this movie, but
No.
as far as like color, I was never like the light skinned women are all. I'm like, nah, I just don't.
What about the color of the hair?
No,
Yeah,
you don't like blonde hair.
I don't like blonde hair. on
Yeah,
black
I don't
women.
black
just
women.
don't.
Like I never really like.
not
I never
like
even
me
thought
either.
about it, but like, it never bothered me. But no, I never had a thing about hair.
I don't.
And now I definitely don't, because everybody looks the fucking same. They just do.
What the
Any
Kim
Instagram model?
Oh,
They
the
all look
Kim
the same.
Kardashian look.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, I'm
all
like, they literally
olive-skinned.
look the fucking same. I'm like, what the? I don't know who that is. I don't know which one is which.
Yeah. Like, oh, I see Kim Kardashian's dating Michael B. Jordan. Is that her? I don't know. They all look alike to me.
Right, they literally do. And that's not to
And that's
be
not a white
funny.
thing. Like,
That's just the truth.
yeah, they do.
Like, it's just weird.
Like, what? Where are you from? Like,
I have no
you could
idea.
be from Puerto Rico, Detroit, Greece, Armenia. I don't know where you. Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah, I never. Obviously my wife isn't black, but like, I never had a color complex. I don't give a fuck. You fine. I like all the shades, man. Like, it just never bothered me, especially within black people. Like,
Yeah.
no,
No.
I don't care.
Like, there's that chick in what's the name of that show that I don't watch? Love and Hip Hop Miami. Well, y'all niggas don't know. But Amara La Negra. Have you seen her?
The dark skin.
The dark
lady?
skin.
Yeah, I've seen her before. I've seen her in a video. Yeah, she wants it.
Okay, Common. She didn't.
Yo, that woman
Wait,
is. But people are like looking at her like she's like she colors her like she was in
This
like she
chick?
colors her skin. Yeah,
Yeah,
What's the problem?
there is no problem.
people think she's like, the one video I saw was some producer was like, "Hey, mommy, you too dark." or some
Oh,
shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I heard about that.
I can't remember the guy's name. I think his name
It's
is
like
Leon.
Young
He
Hollywood or
posted
something
it
like that.
Young Hollywood.
in our fan group.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, she's Afro Latina.
Yeah, and ain't nothing wrong with that.
And I didn't.
What's the problem?
There is no problem. But some people think that she's too dark.
Nigga, what?
Yo,
Are
that
we
woman is-
serious? Right? I'm looking at these images, yo.
Yeah, well, some people are fucking dumb because that woman is beautiful. So,
Like, it's kind of off-putting how fucking gorgeous that woman is. And the hair. Look.
look, be careful. Jay, because one side of the table is about to rise.
Yeah,
All
like
the
yo,
goddamn
don't.
glasses are gonna slide
I'm
over
fine.
here.
And it look, and like it counterbalanced by my side. What the fuck? This woman is fine as hell. Yo, better get out of my face. All right, yo.
She is fucking fine.
I do think in some images she's wearing too much makeup, which makes her look not real, which is kind of a weird thing. But like when she's not, yeah. Again, people are stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, they. Yeah. I'm sorry. What were we talking about?
No, I mean, I do think there is a valid argument that the women make in this scene that guys will bend over backwards to talk to these women over women who are okay with the way that they look. And that sounds more insensitive than I make it, but like that don't need to get breast implants, that don't feel the need to get ass implants and stuff like that. Which even Nicki Minaj, who has both, they even reference and they're like, yeah, sorry, girl. And she's like, we winning. Like, what the fuck? I gotta tell you, in this movie, like, I mean, look, I've seen Nicki Minaj obviously in videos and what have you, and pictures, a lot of them. I look at often. But yeah, in some scenes, her ass looks terrible. Like, it really does, because it's not real.
Yeah.
And like when you see it kind of from the side, you and I were talking about this offline. Like, I was like, no. And then there's some scenes where I'm just like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, the thighs don't match.
That's the part that fucks me up.
Yeah, the thigh, like she didn't get a Brazilian. I don't think, because like the Brazilian, they just transfer fat to kind of like make everything even. She's not what she got.
WD-40.
She's got to have it joints.
Yeah. She got the,
don't sit down too hard.
She got the fix a flat package.
It's not a good look, man. It's just not a good look. But yeah, I mean, look, guys are visual. You know, the one guy makes that point. But at the same time, yeah, I do think, like, you can't, I don't know, like, I don't believe in trying to hold women to like crazy standards. Like, yeah, look, I look at women on Instagram and I'm like, yeah, that chick's fine. Like, to an extent. Like, it depends on if it's like, if they all look like Kim Kardashian, I'm like, all right, bye. Like, I'm not interested. But, yeah, I try not to hold regular women to that standard. Like, those are just thoughts on the internet. I mean, they just are. They literally make money just being fine. They ain't got no job.
Right. Yeah.
No real job.
I don't agree with the male counter argument that they came up with. Like, well, y'all just want thugs with bachelor degrees and
I mean, that part's true, though.
and 6'4" and this, that, and the other. And
yes, that's not necessary.
I don't think women don't. Yeah, women are visual, but
they confirmed it.
Yeah.
They are. She was like, I want to see a dick print from here to the Empire State Building, is what she said.
I mean,
It's a little rude.
Continue.
I guess.
Go and sell out your gender, nigga.
I just don't agree with women. Women don't necessarily. At least the women that I've seen, like they don't. Like, look at all these people. Look at all these ugly ass dudes with women that are out of their league.
What do they have? What do they have? The guys that.
What do the guys have?
Clearly
have women out of their league?
Yeah. You're an asshole. I know you're going to have to say some shit about me. Go fuck yourself. Figure you ain't slick. I ain't just beat your ass at all. Fuck you. Yeah, no, my wife is way out of my league. Are you kidding?
Hey, look, I ain't throwing stones.
Oh, no, your wife is definitely out of your league. Get the fuck out of here.
My wife married Weaver. I was unemployed. So, yeah.
She was just trying to save a broken bird. I don't know what the fuck she was thinking. I tried to tell her. I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. I was trying to warn her, man. It was like the Ice Cube shit with Eve. Like, I'm so glad you introduced me to Rashawn. Y'all be divorced in a couple of months.
It was fucking funny. No, but what he said, to a point, it's true. Like, until you actually get to know the person. Like, they do want the guy that's going to be able to protect them.
It's absolutely true.
Who's smart.
Yeah,
who's smart. So, like, yeah, if you get into a fight, you want to be able to have that nigga throw a punch.
Right.
Like, you want to soft motherfucker. Like,
right.
That's just true. You want him to be smart, That's why I said like the 4 degrees thing from like Harvard. You want them to be intelligent because you want to be able to hold a conversation. Visually, I mean, everyone's visual. Like, if you're attracted, that the first thing you see is like looks.
Right, exactly.
So yeah, to an extent, yeah,
To an extent,
right.
but I don't think for some reason, I don't think women put as much emphasis on a man being on the hierarchy of those things that you just listed. Looks would probably be third for women, whereas for men, it would be number 1, 2, 3, and then a tie and 4th for all the other shit.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
No,
No, I don't agree with that. What's number 1 and 2 for women?
Security, protection. That's 1.
Oh, so you're calling women gold diggers? I see. That's very woke of you.
Protection.
No, so you said security.
Yeah,
Yeah, financial security.
Secure me,
Yeah,
nigga.
yeah.
That's why I
financial
said protection.
security. Is that what you mean?
No,
Is that what you mean?
No, that means your joke fucking fell flat.
Yeah, it did.
And you're fucking swinging
Let's
a
move
miss.
on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
yeah. So,
Look, guys, we're on a tight time frame. Let's wrap it up. They're not all perfect.
right. So
So security, and what was the other one?
And look, I'm not a woman. I don't know, but yeah, I just had to swallow for a second.
Yeah, estrogen's kicking up.
But all right, you made up for it.
I was gonna get it back. Goddamn it.
I would think that number 1 would be protection, security, and number 2 would be intelligence, and then number 3 is looks, right?
It's funny for me. For me personally, it's intelligence.
Whereas for me, it's
Intelligence
looks,
and then looks.
intelligence, and then whatever.
Looks is the first thing I notice because
Yeah,
I don't
that's
have a
what
choice.
everybody notices.
Right, but intelligence is number 1 for me. I like to think that I'm smarter than a lot of people, and I need a person who is on my level, not higher, because how could they be? It's a George Costanza joke. But I like somebody intellectually on my level, because guess what? Beauty fades.
This is true.
Yeah, like look, one day you're not gonna look that great, but I need you to still be able to like hold a conversation. If you just fine and dumb, that's not enough for me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good time, but deuces. I gotta go.
Yeah.
No, intelligence is definitely number 1 for me. So
I still think it looks maybe number 1 because like you don't approach the person if you don't find them attractive. But then when you have the conversation,
yeah, I mean after you have the
after
conversation.
you have the conversation, right? Then number 1 would be intelligence because like if you can't hold a I will get up and walk away.
That does not surprise me at all. Like, oh yeah,
Like I'm like I gotta go.
we're on a
Deuces.
date.
Are we?
They're like, I thought we were trying to have that.
I can't. No. If you stupid, get out of my face.
Well, yeah, I agree.
I'm allergic. I'm allergic to idiocy. So
don't
like,
like dumb.
this shit gives me
people
hives.
around
Like, makes me
So
uncomfortable.
yeah. So I agree with what they were saying to an extent, but yeah.
And look, people are different.
Then Bree goes off about how her ex was not appreciating her, and she went the fuck off. And Deon Cole was like, "Who didn't appreciate you? Vegan chili is delicious."
Who had sex with you and didn't appreciate it?
You can make me whatever kind of chili you want. Girl.
You're right, though. She about the finest woman in this.
Oh my god, dude, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Then Calvin calls the ladies out about what they want for a man, which we just talked about. Then Terry comes in, played by Eve, who is a award-winning actress apparently. Comes in and and she was dropped off by I guess some major athlete or something. She's like cutting hair for celebrities at this point. I was super confused for a while. I was like, is she fucking this dude in the car? I was like, isn't she married to
right? When this
Rashad?
first part, I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they didn't do a good job of explaining that right away because then she comes in and Rashad's like, hey baby, I'm like,
But
they have an open
Okay.
relationship? I was like, you looking like a real bitch right now, Common? Goddamn. Seems odd. But it turns out she's just cutting hair for celebrities. And then they get into a massive argument in front of other people, which I am not a fan of. Please don't argue in front of me. And I will never argue in front of anybody with my wife. Not ever.
Yeah, because then that like white knightness kicks in. It's like, is he about to hit her? Like,
Yeah, I don't need
Do I
that.
have to jump in and
Like, no, nigga.
save her?
Like, no, nigga. I'm just mad. Like, I'm not raising my hand at my wife. Get the fuck out of here. And then Drea's hoe ass comes over and she's like, "Oh, I can help you pick up your kid and all this other stuff." She was like, "Allow me to alleviate any pressure." And she's like staring at Common. I'm like, "Yo, Eve is gonna rip your fucking weave out. Are you crazy?" And all the women in the shop are like, "Bitch, what are you doing?" Look, I would not put myself in a situation anywhere near Drea. No, not ever. You give me a ride home? No. No. Okay. You want to come up? Get the fuck out of my face. No. No, man. My wife and I have a very serious and honest understanding of like, anybody can fuck up. What you do not do is put yourself in that situation. And just like Eve was like, she should never even thought it was a possibility. And that's right. No. Like, I don't need to hit him with the fucking Mike Pence where I can't be in the same room with a woman without my wife standing there. Like, that's crazy. But nah, yo. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. No, I'm not hanging out with your fine, big tittied ass alone. And I know you trying to fuck. Get out of here. No. Let's hang out. Let's not.
I don't want to do that.
Like, we can't be friends. I have enough friends. I have enough. And they're all
So
men.
you're trying to say you can't be friends with women? Is that what you're saying, Jay?
Well, my favorite movie is When Harry Met Sally, so I guess I believe that, right? I don't actually believe that, but
Your favorite movie is When Harry Met Sally?
yes, it's a great film. I used to watch it when I was wearing my button-up shirts and ties.
Makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it?
It is my favorite movie.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's a great movie, actually. It is.
I think I've seen bits and pieces of it.
And I will say this because I'm secure enough in my manhood. I cry every single time I watch that movie.
Gay.
It is what it is. I do. It's a very emotional movie for me. I love it. I watch it every Christmas with my wife. And I wipe away the tears like a man. And then I go have sex with my wife. Because I'm a man, guys.
Right, that's right. It's like, oh shit, I gotta
make up for this shit.
Yo.
Yeah, you do. What do you gotta do?
Oh, man. That is hilarious.
Go fuck yourself. So then we meet a barber at the shop named One Stop, played by JB Smoove, who is an overall hilarious person. And he's basically just a hustler. Like, he does everything from like STD exams to cutting hair. Like, he is that barber who's always got a hustle going. Which is true.
I don't think he's the barber. He's just like he
just rents a space.
He rents a space out, and he's the stereotypical guy who comes in and sells you DVDs and shit.
Oh, really? So he doesn't even have a
businessman.
He's a businessman, and he just rents out a booth.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That's fine.
Is it more ridiculous than that plaid suit he's wearing?
What did fucking Eddie call it? He was like, "Oh, nobody want to wear one of those grandma sofa suits." Yeah, that shit's true though. Then we see Calvin's wife come in. She's dropping stuff off at the barbershop, and she discusses with Calvin in the back, where Calvin is talking about possibly moving the shop to the north side of Chicago because of all the violence. But he hasn't talked to Angie yet, who is his partner, about doing it. We find out that One Stop has found a couple of places in the north side that are possible locations for the new shop. Then JD shows up. That's Anthony Anderson's character, trying to hustle and sell his cooking or whatever. Which, been to a barbershop that did that too. There was a guy who came in and he did barbecue. He was like, I got them tri-tips. And I was like, okay, I'm good.
How what? Oh, you didn't eat it?
I didn't eat meat at the time. I was sad.
Makes a whole lot of sense, doesn't it?
Yo.
It was a month. I didn't eat meat for a month. You guys are terrible people, man.
I didn't say shit. Oh, I'm just
You're laughing along.
I am just reacting to what is being said.
It's rude.
During the podcast.
All right, don't worry. That was the rule of threes. I can't do it anymore.
Oh, whatever.
I feel like that's.
I feel like
said.
I feel like that's probably not true at all. But okay. I don't really give a shit.
Still get your hair cut at barbers?
No,
Barbershops?
I mean, I got the
I get
fucking.
my hair
I've got
cut,
a
I'm gonna get a
budding
cut.
George Jefferson right now, but I normally I just shave my head.
I usually cut mine all the way around. I stopped going after I got this
Keloid.
shit, that keloid right there.
That's the dirty clippers, isn't it?
Yeah, that's that came from Celebrity on Milford and Liberty.
God damn.
Yeah, fuck them. No,
Are they still
gave me
around?
this shit. I think they are.
I think they are.
Yeah, I think they are.
I used to go. I had
Old Man Webb cut my hair, and I think Old Man Webb did that shit.
God damn, you just gonna throw this dude?
Yep, I sure am. Because fuck him. I got a keloid because of you, nigga. Like, my already fucked up hairline is fucked up even more.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good look.
No.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna throw too much shade. Like I said, I haven't shaved my head today, so I got a young George Jefferson going on. No, I stopped going to the barber 7 years ago, 6 years ago, something like that. I mean, I was spending like fucking $35 or something like that every 2 weeks.
Yeah, because it's they've gotten expensive now.
Yeah, I'm like,
Like $20.
No, not a celebrity.
I don't go often though.
That shit was like $30
Yeah, 30. When was that?
years ago.
Oh, that. Nope.
Right.
No. Nah.
yeah.
I never paid $30 for that.
So I had a rule when I was younger, when I did get my hair cut at barbers, I would only go to barbershop. I would never go to a barbershop in a nice neighborhood. Like, I refused. I was like, I'm going to the barbershop in the most hood fucking part of town, like where I am. And I would do that, and I'd get my car washed there. I was like, if it's good enough for drug dealers, and they like to look good, it's good enough for me. And so I used to get my hair cut on Park Heights, right where that Giant used to be. That's now like a car biz.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, god damn.
Yo, look, that barbershop used to be over across town, same barbershop, and the barber I had as a kid got murdered. Okay, so I was like, this place is great. This lives up to the standard.
I like this place.
Yeah, no, I saw many people walking there with guns, and I was like, okay, I mean, I'm terrified, but this is the right place. This is what I was looking for. Like, that's good. And you know what? Line that shit up good. That looked good. It was great. Got my wife with that haircut. So then we see Jimmy, who has been in the previous Barbershop movies, played by Sean Patrick Thomas. I couldn't place him, but then I remember he was in Save the Last Dance, which I've never seen. He used to work there, and now he's working for the mayor's office, and he informs everybody about this enclosure that they plan on doing that would limit the traffic in that area, and meanwhile also close off, like, to help with crime. But it would also cut down on the amount of foot traffic and everything there. So they would basically, it's kind of like a double whammy. Like, they would suffer with really bad traffic, but at the same time, they would get the benefit of less crime in the area. It kind of like jailing off. They were like, they're going to basically jail off like 20 blocks.
Yeah, they're gonna escape from New York then.
Yeah, which is crazy. Like, that's a crazy idea, but I'm sure that's been proposed in New York or in Chicago.
Didn't they? I feel like they did that in Detroit.
Well, that
Maybe.
city's got a ton of fucking problems.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But then they have an interesting conversation about equal opportunity. The Indian dude, I think his name is Raja. He says that everybody can just pick themselves up by their bootstraps, basically, and that we have a black president, so everything is it's a great opportunity to be black in America. Then Common delivers poorly a great bit of lines, but he just butchers it, about how it didn't stop all these other black people from being murdered just because Barack was president. I mean, it seems like a pretty obvious thing, but do people really believe that it's even? Like, that's crazy to me. But Raja makes the point, which I think is what we're talking about people who are immigrants versus black people that have been here. Like, his parents couldn't even barely speak the language, but they somehow made it. Like, right. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. I'm not an immigrant. I don't know what advantages they're given when they get into the country versus what we have. I'm not going to sit here and play I'm not going to have that contest.
The oppression Olympics.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. It's hard out here for everybody, and I only can speak to what I see, and I see it very, very difficult for black people. Now I see it incredibly difficult for people who are not black but are people of color. But you know, we all got our. We can't play the oppression Olympics against each other, because that's classic divide and conquer.
Yeah, I agree with you. What are your thoughts, Terrence?
As far as like people of color, as far as immigrants and people of color, like when Africans, I'll use Africans as an example. I don't get along with Africans at all. I just don't.
Yeah, it's because you're lazy. You're a lazy black.
Well, there's that. When they come over, I don't know if they're seen the same way that we're seen.
I don't think they are at all.
I don't think so. Like, because, well, first of all, they come over and like they work their asses off. It's just a fact. They'll scam you. They will. Look,
they'll work their asses off by scamming
like
you first and foremost.
Terrence showing his absolute bias towards Africans.
There's a dealership on Liberty Road run by an African dude. He tried to scam my cousin out of a car. He had books on his shelf on his desk about, I don't even remember what they were called, but they were basically like, hey, how to scam a bunch of niggas. That's not what it said, but like that's basically what the books were about.
I'm guessing that's not the Simon and Schuster.
How to scam a bunch of niggas for dummies. I don't know.
I'd read that book.
Like they work hard, and their children, they make sure that their children go to school and get good grades and go to college and all of that good stuff. I mean, same can be said for Indians. They do the same thing.
They're the highest educated people in the country.
Right. But and the funny thing about that is in India, like my father had a best friend that he used to work with years ago, and he got his degree in India, and then he came to America. Mm-hmm. You know how much it cost for him to get that degree? It was like $200 a semester.
Yeah, no, it's super cheap.
It's super fucking cheap, and the actual education is just as good,
if not sometimes better.
Right. Yeah. Yet it costs us $100,000 to get the same fucking thing, and we're in debt as soon as we finish.
Now, one thing I will say, and this is not playing oppression Olympics at all, because I think that's silly. But one of the differences is, like, my father-in-law, he got his medical degree in India and then came over. Mm-hmm. But one of the differences is, in a lot of countries, that shit doesn't transfer.
It doesn't?
No. Like, my wife was saying she used to work with a woman back in the day who was a secretary of a high school or middle school, right? She was a licensed doctor in India, and she couldn't get whatever type of doctor she was transferred. So she ended up being a secretary. And, and here she is like, oh, filing papers and stuff. I'm like, yo, she's a fucking medical doctor,
dude. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, some of the shit doesn't transfer.
Like,
so
it's insane because happens. It's not like we have the best fucking it's not like we have the best healthcare system in the world either.
No, it's
not even remotely close. So again, we've had like they said in the movie, we've had a lot of roadblocks here. Like, we've got a ton of roadblocks. Now, again, I'm not an immigrant, so I don't know exactly how difficult it is for them to make it, but it doesn't seem like they have a tougher time. I mean, I can't say, I don't know. From what I see, like I said, it doesn't seem like they have as tough a time as we do, because again, my best friend he's Korean. They opened a store on Poplar Grove. And that's not a joke. It's literally on Poplar Grove. Or I don't know if it's still open. But
they robbed that nigga.
Well, they had bulletproof glass at one point because
I'm sure they did.
But they were able to open a store, and his parents really didn't speak a lot of English. They did, because he was here since he was like 7. So I don't know. I don't know what they do when they get here. I don't know what they do. I don't know what programs or whatever. I just know that when I was doing Dish Network, I'm going off tangents. But when I would go to people's houses to install, a lot of them were Hispanic. There was like 12 of them niggas in the same house, all working. And it was like a big ass fucking house, because they worked their asses off to get what they had. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but yeah. Yeah,
I never really understood the argument. Like, I I've heard it a lot of times, like this argument of like black people versus immigrants. Like, oh, you know, like conservatives make that argument that like we need to stop Latino immigrants from coming in because they're taking jobs and look at all the unemployment in the black community. And I'm like, you know, the jobs that they're doing and like picking fruit in the field and shit, those jobs are available because black people were like, we're not doing those anymore.
Right. You made us do that shit.
Like, so as a black person, and I'm not unemployed, but as a black person, you're not freeing those jobs for me. You freeing those jobs for you, white man. Like, you better holler at your cousin. Like, you talking to me? I'm not picking fruit in the hot ass sun. Like, no. I know it looks to you that my skin tone is available to do that, but you got sunblock. You good. Yeah, SPF 75. Get your ass out there. No. So, like, I never understood, like, trying to pit immigrants against minorities. Like, fuck you. Y'all all shitty to all of us. What the fuck do we care? Yeah. No, fuck you. So, yeah, I thought that was an interesting conversation, and they do a good job of kind of schooling any black person or person of color who would make the argument that, oh, you know, it's easy for immigrants, which, yeah, it is, but, or not easy, but easier, I guess. Then Jalen and Kenny are confronted by some kids in school. They have like a stare down. Later on, you find out it was a fight. It was like gang related. Then there's a mix up at the shop where the two gang leaders from the Vice Lords and the Blue Tops, they're both in the shop at the same time.
Drea books an appointment with the dude in the blue. He looked.
His character's name is Jay. No bullshit. His character's name is Jay.
Oh, okay.
It's a good name. And then Calvin had Biggie Smalls from the Biggie Smalls movie.
That nigga's huge.
Marcus or Marquise or whatever.
Yeah, Marquise. That's right. And so they almost get into a fight, but they luckily break it up. Then we get, after finding out about the gang fight in school, Calvin gets really pissed off, and he tells Rashad to keep his son, Kenny, away from his son, Jalen. Right. And that does not go over well, which I am not surprised.
Right.
Yeah. Like I was like, yeah, okay. And then Calvin's wife finds, I couldn't remember her name, so I'm just sorry I'm referring to her as Calvin's wife, but Calvin's wife finds gang paraphernalia in Jalen's top drawer of his in his bedroom.
Jennifer is the woman's name.
Oh, okay.
Character's name.
Jennifer, okay. She finds drug or gang paraphernalia in his drawer. Look, you're nicer than me. I'd have beat that ass right there. The second you came home, boy, you getting a leather belt right across your ass. I ain't bringing all that gang shit in my house. Get the fuck out of here. Then we get a wonderful scene of Drea needing a ride home, and there's only one man to do the job, and that is Common, who played Rashad. And he decides that he's going to give her a ride home, and he does, and she pretends like she's like super all about this dude, and then she's like, oh, okay, why don't you, do you want to come upstairs and talk? You seem really stressed. She undoes the seatbelt and then turns towards him. Look, that's the universal sign for like, yeah, I'm very interested in you, right?
Yeah. Nope. You can't do that nowadays.
Consent is a beautiful thing. It's great. And
those are those clear nonverbal cues.
Okay.
I didn't want it.
Let me suck your dick twice.
Y'all are fucked up, man.
I didn't say shit.
Y'all are fucked up.
She did. Okay, look, I'm sorry. She drives me nuts. I'm sorry.
That's all I wanted to do.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. Look, we have not mentioned this on any other of our shows. Yo, come on, man. Come on. I'm not saying she deserved it. I'm not saying any of that shit. I'm not saying Aziz is innocent.
No.
Don't suck somebody's dick twice, and tell me you don't fuck with them. Come on, man. Just stop.
He just went on a Common full tilt.
Yo, she made me mad, dude. Yo, I am the most nuanced fucking person you will ever meet. But come on, man. Come on. God damn. We seriously gonna sit here in 2018 and act like this woman was forced to suck a dick twice? My nigga, twice? One time you could be like, all right, yeah, she felt pressure. The second time, The second time, this nigga was like, all right, yeah, I'm done. Let me get some ginseng. Let me watch some TV. And then go back. And you're like, all right, yeah, let's do it again. But you mad? Come on, yo, stop. Stop. It's just pissing me off. Shit is ridiculous to me, dude. It's ridiculous. Stop.
Oh, man.
Look, get constant consent. Get the fucking Dave Chappelle contract. Whatever you gotta do that new app. Right? They got the app that's like, you fucking sign it and she digitally signs it and it's like, it's good. Cool. That's great. But I'm sorry. You cannot tell me that sucking a guy's dick 2 times is no.
That's what I was like.
I'm like, yo, again, I will give you the first one. I'm giving you one blowjob for free. For free. The second one? Nah, man, that's all you, dog. Come on, man. Stop. Come on. We don't believe that. Come on. I don't believe you. Well, it's not that I don't believe you. I believe the fucking story happened the way she said. The outcome to me is madness. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to watch season 3 of Master of None. I'm going to. But Drea gives... I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
It was like, I've never been an Aziz fan, so I don't... Whatever.
I like Aziz, but look, I will throw anyone away over some dirtbag behavior if it's like really shitty. But yo, you cannot suck a dude's dick 2 times and tell me that you fucking like that. No, man, come on, yo. Take some level of responsibility, dude. You're not 4. You're not 4. Again, I am giving you one free blowjob in this conversation. I'm giving you one. Like, come on, man.
Oh, that's funny.
It's true. It's true. Anyone down on it too. All right, stop. Hey, it's Aziz! Like, no, come on, man.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
He seemed like he'd be incredibly annoying.
Probably. Hey, you gonna,
I'm like...
you gonna do it again? You gonna do it again? Oh, I can't believe you're sucking my dick. I'm coming. Yeah, all right, yo.
Like, all right,
2 times, yo. Come on, yo. Stop.
Stop that shit, man.
Look, you can you can say this motherfucker's a piece of shit. That's cool. Then maybe not put his dick in your mouth again. I'm just saying, maybe that's an idea. It's crazy. I hope that irks somebody's spirit out there.
It will.
Yeah, it will. So she turns to him and she's like giving him these like super seductive look. The nonverbal cues are screaming that she wants him to come upstairs, and he does what any married, logical, good dude does. He's like, nah, I can't come upstairs because I'm married. And she's like, and then she flips it. It's like, no, I just because I'm thick doesn't mean I don't have a soul and all this other stuff. I was like, no, it doesn't mean that, but that's so weird phrasing. I don't know why you had to say that you were thick. Like, that was a weird mention. And then she gets out and she's basically like, fuck you. And she gets out and walks up the stairs. And of course, Common is like, yeah, like he looks out the window. He's like, damn. Like, And then he starts to have this conversation with himself, which might be one of the funniest things I've ever heard.
Like, this nigga is literally asking himself, what do you think? Like, she definitely won it. What did you think? No, you're right, yo. She definitely won it, yo. Like,
I haven't been out the game that long. Like,
He was like, yo, I mean, yo, she was asking for it, right? Ian, yo.
She had the whole thing out?
She like, the thing was hanging out, the ass was... I ain't been out the game that long, right? No, she wanted it. She wanted it. Like, am I tripping? Like, that was ad-lib.
Was it?
No, it had to be.
It had to be.
Because that was the best part of... That was probably the best acting job he's ever done.
But that's what I'm saying.
First thing they ever shot. They were just like, Common, I'm going to need you to take Nicki Minaj to the set. And then Common was just like, and then they told Nicki Minaj to say that shit, but didn't tell Common. And Common was just like, wait, what? Huh? What? Huh? But she wanted, huh? Common's very problematic. She definitely wanted it because of the way she was dressed. She wanted it, right? She most definitely wanted it.
Yeah.
Is Common problematic?
Yes. Common's very problematic because Common is a man in 2018 that thinks that a woman who wants to fuck him wants to fuck him. What a weird idea. Sorry. Yo, she sucked his dick twice, yo. I cannot, that shit drives me crazy, yo. When I read that story, I was like, what the fuck? How? I was with you right up until that point. Right, I was like, yo, Aziz this nigga is out of control. And then, she was like, and then I blew him. I was like, wait, what? Then I blew him again. Wait, again? Are we in a time loop? Is this Groundhog Day? You didn't like it the first time? What the fuck you do it the second time for? Run, girl. Get the fuck out of there. Shit makes me sad. It does.
Anyway, Common.
Yeah. Yeah, that story makes me fucking upset. And I'm not upset with that woman. It's maddening to me. Like, the conversations around that story were maddening. Because nobody wants to say that shit. To be like, yo, that seems weird. Just say it's weird. Like, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just weird. We can't acknowledge that it's weird.
No, because by you acknowledging that it's weird,
then I'm the asshole?
Yes, you are complicit. You are caping for Aziz Ansari.
Yeah, that's how that works.
I guess I'm caping, you know? I guess, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't
You need to watch this episode.
You really
Yeah, there's a lot of visual. There's a lot of nonverbal cues in this episode. I mean, part of it is I'm being extreme for last, but like 99% of it, I absolutely agree with. Like, don't suck anyone's dick for 2 times. Like, that's not a way to tell someone no. I mean, it's not a way to tell me no. Like, it's just not. Like, I'm not into you. You sure? It seemed like you were.
Yeah. Look, I've said what I said. I'm done. I don't want to get fucking mail. Oh, you would get it, but
yeah, I get dragged over it.
Yeah.
Again, like, I think he was fucked up. I do.
Yeah,
I'm not on the side of Aziz is innocent. No,
Yeah.
His behavior was completely unacceptable. My point is, it's a little weird. All I'm saying is acknowledge that it's weird to blow someone 2 times in an event that you're not comfortable with, that you're not being held against your will. That seems weird to me. We can't say that in 2018. If I can't say that it's weird for someone to blow someone 2 times, that's weird in 2018, I don't know what the fuck is happening between men and women anymore. I don't. And I'm glad I'm married because I'm out of the game. I'm glad.
You've been out of the game
like
too
Common.
long.
I've been out of the game too long. I don't know anymore.
You're like Common dropping Nicki Minaj off.
I'm in the car like, it was twice. It was twice. What the fuck? Twice, 2 times? But I can't come upstairs now? Okay.
Whatever, I guess. What I will say is I think...
Go back to my lazy booty wife at home, Eve. That shit was funny.
Lazy side booty.
Lazy side booty.
I will just say that the article was unnecessary. Now, some people got on me when I said that. I'm like, why did she need to write that? Why did she need to write the article in whatever the fuck email, whatever
Babe
website
magazine?
that was? I don't know what the fuck
Babe.com, I think.
Like,
yeah, you just threw it out there to
just fuck with that dude.
Yeah, to embarrass him.
I mean, I get it, but like, he sucked his dick twice.
Again, I don't get it.
Look, whatever. It is what it is. I'm done.
I feel like we're not allowed to talk about things anymore, and in all honesty, all jokes aside, I think that's a real fucking problem. We're not allowed to talk about things anymore. We're not. There is a narrative, and that's it. If you're not on board for the narrative, you're a fucking piece of shit. And intellectually, I don't agree with that. I just don't. So drag away. Like, I just don't, like, okay, I'm an adult. So I'm not a child. I don't believe in kowtowing to people who I disagree with just because it makes you comfortable. I don't say things that make people uncomfortable. I'm not a troll, but we have to really, like, look, if this movie was made in 2018, it would have actually been a really interesting moment in this movie, because he does have that comment where he's like,
yeah, where it's like, well, she must have wanted it,
right?
Because look at the way she's acting toward me, and look at the way she's dressed, and look at, like, she must have wanted it.
Right, and it's played for comedic timing because it's at this time it's like 2016, I think.
This is 2 years ago. Not even 2 years ago.
Which seems like a massive gulf in time from where we are now with the Me Too movement, right? And it would have actually, if this was done now, it would have been interesting to see how they would have played it. They probably would have played it more to that. But in 2016, they were just like, ha 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 ha, is that funny? But I mean, I think obviously he was correct. She did. You find out later. But yeah, like, you shouldn't just assume that just because somebody's dressed that way. Of course not.
But that wasn't the initial, like, she was just like that at work.
Right.
So, I mean, it wasn't her, she
didn't dress
wearing.
for him like that.
It was what she was saying and doing.
Yeah, I mean, the vibe was, I want to fuck you.
Right.
Let me alleviate any stress.
That vibe was there.
Come on.
Prior to him driving her home.
Yeah, I mean, his wife was like, bitch, get the fuck away from my husband. Like, Eve picked it up, okay? It's not just common here. Eve was fucking in tune on that shit. Like, nah, as the first lady of Rough Rider, I don't appreciate this activities. So, whatever. But again, drag away. It's fine. Then Calvin puts down a down payment on the new shop. They make this whole thing about it being non-refundable, which doesn't mean anything in the end.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Well, they set that up, I guess, to try and make JB Smooth look like a good guy at the end. I don't know. I don't know why they...
Yeah, it's non-refundable at the end. Here's a check back. I was like, you didn't even say anything about it being non-refundable.
No, he said it's non-refundable, but I'm going to shake on it. I'm not going to shake on it until I get the other half. Yeah. That's what they...
Right. He was like, I know how you niggas do.
I know how he's like, in case you do some nigga shit. Which was fucking funny.
Yeah. Then Jennifer she makes a statement to Calvin that she wants to send Jalen to Catholic school because she finds all that gang paraphernalia in his drawer from earlier. The shop decides to hold a neighborhood forum, which they're trying to figure out how to prevent the violence because they don't agree with the enclosure, which I think is probably a good idea. It was funny because they're like, yeah, can't you see that we're trying to help your neighborhood? And everyone in the barbershop was like, no. And Gerard was like, yeah, no. Yeah, everybody's against it, right? Yeah, we're against it too. Then the group comes up with a plan to do a 48-hour ceasefire at the neighborhood forum. And they're going to also give out unlimited haircuts and hairstyling for women during that time. That seems like a miscalculation. I'd have done discounted.
Out of money.
Yeah, I'd have done discounted haircuts.
Because you know them niggas is lining the fuck up.
Yeah.
I ain't got to pay $30 for this shit.
Yo, like I would go in there with my hair right now, but like, line that shit up, dog. Line it up.
Yo, the haircuts is one thing. The styling.
Yeah, Nicki Minaj is talking about $1,000.
You would have a ton of women just lined up.
Well, black women, trying to save the neighborhood. We also got to keep this hair looking good. Like, yo, I'll be there. Man, discounted, 30% off, whatever. Like, I'm not giving out free haircuts to nobody. No,
that's a lot of money.
No, I got a small black business. I still need to survive. No. So then Calvin realizes that he needs to get the two quote shot callers of the gangs together again to call off. Or to call a ceasefire between the two of them. And so he does, and they agree.
Was it me or did that nigga always like he was about to cry?
Who?
The skinny one?
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Oh, he looked like his eyes were like always wet. Like he was about to start crying or some shit like.
Well, maybe he just watched When Harry Met Sally. Why the fuck you? It's fucked up. Yeah. So then we meet. I just put this in just because it's kind of funny. We meet JD, the hustle cook. We meet his partner, and he's running his restaurant out of an apartment. It's Auntie Faye, the internet sensation. Yeah. She's dead now, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she passed away. I mean, she wasn't eating. Probably heart disease because the food she was making was fucking off the hook. I was like, yo, but she was a fucking cool ass grandma, dude. She seemed cool. She gave a fuck about those kids. But that was kind of cool to see her to see her be in the movie. That was awesome. Then Terry questions Rashad about Drea. She doesn't trust Drea around him. Again, she noticed the signs. I'm just saying. She did. Calvin tells Jalen to stop hanging around Kenny. Then Jalen wishes that Calvin wasn't around, and Calvin almost killed his son in that house at that moment. I wish you weren't around. Like,
yo, that scene was funny. He's like, you ain't grown.
Yeah, no. He said you're not white because like when he closed the door on him, he was like, you ain't white. Like what the fuck? Again, he reminded me of my brother. Then Rashad overhears Calvin talking to Jennifer talking to JB Smooth about moving the shop to the north, and he kind of holds that little bit of information in the back of his head. Terry then catches Rashad and Drea in the supply closet, and she thinks that they're cheating together. Which, I get it. The fuck you doing in the supply closet with this woman? Like, no.
Yeah,
I gotta kill all of y'all.
She was in there calling him.
He was just
And
like,
he didn't fucking answer.
close that door.
And then, yeah, I'm
See,
like,
again, I'm going to need you to not put yourself in situations like that to get fucked up. I just don't do that. So then she leaves and the shop has a whole conversation about monogamy. And basically, like, there's this whole idea of whether or not men can be monogamous. And, like, Dante, played by Deon Cole, is like, no, it's not in our DNA. And I would have a sports car and a gaggle of bitches and all sorts of shit. And like, how do you guys feel about that? Because that is an argument that a lot of people make, is that, you know, monogamy is not a real thing. It's just made up.
If you apply yourself, yeah, it is.
Yeah, I feel like you just try. Like, yeah, right. Hello. Like, it's not that hard.
And if you don't want to, you just don't get married, or don't have to, or get married with someone that's like cool with you stepping out.
Yeah, I don't
understand it. Like, your marriage can be whatever you and your partner want it to be.
Right. Whatever you are capable of doing.
Right. So I never understood, like, if you want to be monogamous, then be monogamous.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that hard.
it's not for everybody.
And it's
it
not for
Basically,
everybody.
that's basically what it comes down to.
Right.
Yeah, I never understood, like, you know, looking down on people who have open marriages. If that's what you want to do, by all means.
You ain't fucking my wife. You can do whatever you want.
Right, exactly. You touch my wife, I'll kill you. Like, that's it. And if she touched somebody else, I had to kill her too. Like, it is what it is.
Okay.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't believe in murder.
Are you just kidding? I didn't think so.
I'm like Gerard. I'm reverse Gerard. I would blame the man in that situation from the outside. I would kill him. Yes. Because you can't live with the memory of sleeping with my wife. That's it. It's a wrap. But no, I never really understood that. It's, I don't know. You want to be with one person? Be with one person. You don't get married. Or, like you said, find somebody who is cool with having an open relationship.
Yeah.
Look, now more than ever, there are a lot of people who are open to open relationships.
Yeah.
Like, back in the 1950s, if you were into that shit, you had a limited pool of people. 2018, could go on Twitter or Facebook somewhere. Trust me, I'm sure you can find it.
You could probably schedule a meetup and people would go to it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, probably.
Like, hey, it's a swingers meetup. Like, all right, let's fucking do this. And then you can meet your soulmate and their soulmate.
In parentheses, S.
Right.
Soulmates.
Yeah, you do whatever you want. Like, I don't know. Monogamy is such a weird conversation to have in 2018 when you have, like, people are so much more sexually open than they ever have been. Like, you don't have to limit yourself if that's not what you want.
Especially women. Like, sexually open. As far
Oh, yeah.
Like, they'll just be like, yo, you gonna give me that dick or not? I'm like, good Lord, what the fuck? Like, it's just...
Yes.
Yeah.
Consent. It's a beautiful thing.
Right. But yeah, they're just very open about if they want to fuck or not.
Yeah, no, like, when I was dating, I certainly met more women than I would assume were out there that were just like, no, this is what I want to do. And I'm like, great.
Right.
I don't have to ask any odd questions.
Consent is not that difficult to get nowadays.
I mean, sometimes, you kiss somebody, you kiss them another time, and, like, you realize it's not, you didn't have the consent that you wanted.
Yeah, they got to sit you down and tell you.
Yeah.
That wasn't cool.
Yeah, that seems weird.
Because
you don't have any game.
Yeah.
Anyway. Because you couldn't just talk to someone like a human being. Anyway.
How much you want to bet that was a lie? Sorry, folks. This is an inside conversation. This is a very inside conversation.
It's very possible it was.
Yeah.
How much do I want to...
Like,
Excuse me. To quote another person who is a podcaster, a very famous political voice that I don't always agree with. Of course it was a lie. Are you kidding me? Yes. Yes, of course it was a lie. Of course. Get out of here.
Oh man.
No, hashtag me too. Like, no, seriously, hashtag me as well. Yeah, me too. Me as well. I'm also important, guys. Look at me. Look at me. Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
Senpai.
So
Did we skip? You skipped a lot. where are we at right now?
they just finished talking about monogamy. What are you talking about? During the ceasefire, we found out Anthony was killed. That was my next line. Is that something?
I mean, if there's something you want to speak on,
we
feel
talked
free.
I'm trying to think. Did we? Yeah, we didn't get to the conversation when he found them in the. You skipped over the conversation they had outside.
Okay. So after Terry finds Drea and Rashad in the supply closet and assumes that they were making out or fucking or whatever, which by the way, you'd have to be the dumbest person on earth to have sex with a woman that your wife works with and that you work with at your job.
Right.
Because even he was like, yo, I'm smarter than that, which is not a thing you want to say when your wife thinks you're cheating. Yo, I could easily cheat on you without you finding out.
Why would I do it at work?
Like, but
wrong
that's not
phrasing.
Yeah, but that's not what I meant. But rewind that.
It's like writing a book about how if you had did it, this is how you would have done it. Like,
Right,
wait, what?
Who am I, O.J. Simpson? Like, what the fuck out of it? Yeah, so they go outside. Rashad chases Terry outside, and he's like, "Yo, I'm not an idiot. Like, I wouldn't have done that, and I didn't cheat on you." And then he says, "She's like, why did you even talk? Why are you even talking to her?" And his response is because she talks to him and asks how his day is, and she never does.
Right.
Which I thought was actually, I should have probably clipped that out. Also, she calls him a bitch, and he was like, "I ain't gonna be too many more bitches."
He was like, I tell you how much, I tell you how beautiful you are every day because I love you. And then he was like, you sounding like a real bitch right now. First of all, what the fuck?
Yeah, when that came up, I was like, whoa, hold up.
No, I can't be sensitive and say I love my wife.
And I wanted to talk about that for a second because, like, she said that, and I'm like, so it's kind of like to the stereotype that niggas, like, men can't be sensitive. You're like, you acting like a real bitch right now. I'm like,
who's you want me to punch you in your face?
fuck you too, bitch. Like, that was like, wait, what? Okay, so you don't like when I tell you that shit, or what? What are we talking about right now?
Yeah,
it was very weird to me that was her response when he said that shit. I mean, I know she was angry because she just caught them in the fucking closet.
Yeah, right.
But
by the way, they were not doing.
No, they didn't do anything.
Well, Drea was trying to kiss Rashad, but he was trying to hold her back.
But
this is terrible. Yes? No, I don't know. You can't look. In the words of Chris Rock, you can't run that fast. Like, oh shit, I sprained an ankle. Like that is again, stay away from people.
Right.
In those situations.
Stay away from Nicki Minaj. But yeah, I found that her response, like, that's like super fucked up.
Yeah,
again, you're angry, but at the same time, like, that was the response you gave. Like, that's fucked up. Like, no, I actually do care about you quite a bit.
That's why I'm here.
And I feel like you don't care about me as much.
Right.
Yeah.
You sound like a bitch. Like, God damn.
Hold up.
Okay.
All right.
And I like Common's response after she drives up. He's like, for all this trouble. It's like, for all this trouble, I should have smashed. Like,
yeah, that was the other best line he gave.
Yeah.
Like, shit, for all this, I should have smashed. The fuck? I got a whole lot of hardship for nothing.
Common didn't know he was in a movie, guys.
It's like, yo. Is this right before? Is this right after? Or I guess it's right before he started dating Angela Rye?
Yeah, this is way before.
Yeah, she was probably like, she probably saw this movie. She was like, he's so woke. Two light-skinned ass, super woke people. Look, don't have kids. We don't need these good-looking ass woke motherfuckers walking around.
Right.
Give birth to Jesse Williams Jr.
Right. It's always the light-skinned people that's got the wokest kids, man. Get out of here.
They have to be.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
That's how it works. But yeah, so they don't break up, but they have this massive argument, and she just drives off in her Mini Cooper. So during the ceasefire, we find out Anthony, the nice kid from earlier, he was killed. A police officer comes in and says that. Incidentally, just as an aside, the police officer looked like Chris from Three Black Geeks. So
I think you might be being a racist.
no, I don't think so.
I think you might be being a racist.
No.
I don't think that guy looks like Chris.
Yeah.
At all.
That's him. That's your cousin. Your cousin was in this movie, dog. So then Calvin, upon hearing this, loses it and reveals that he wants to move the shop to the north side. And he just feels like they're not making any progress. So why are they even trying? He leaves, goes to a bar, orders Hennessy, of course. Then Eddie comes in, orders a double Hennessy because, of course, they're black. And he talks to Calvin and convinces him not to leave the south side of Chicago. Meanwhile, Kenny refuses to join the gang, leaving Jalen to do it on his own. Jalen's pretty pissed off about it because his homeboys leaving him to deal with the shit by himself. And then
because Kenny was clairvoyant and was like, "Oh shit, you're gonna get your sister killed from doing something stupid. I gotta get the fuck away from you, Tyreke." Dumb nigga.
Such anger.
I hate that guy, yo.
he's like 12.
I hate him, yo. I hate him. I hate him.
That seems very unnatural.
I think Mike is a little fucking touched in the head. That's what I think. So then Terry and Rashad make up back at home, and she was like, "Get in." What did she say? She bends over on the couch and she was like, "Get in here," or whatever. And he was like, "Look,
that happened like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, was that beforehand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was like, "Pull your pants down."
I thought for sure, yes, because that was during the conversation. You know what I'm going to say. Like, that was during the conversation where she was like, "I don't trust Drea and all this other shit around you." I thought when she said "pull your pants down,"
I thought she was going to say, "Well, let me smell your dick." Yeah, that's what I thought she was going to say. And I was like, "Oh."
I was like, "Yo, that is not a thing. Please don't make that a thing." That is the hip hop song of the century.
Yeah, she
should have originated in Baby Boy, didn't it? That should have originated in Baby Boy, didn't it?
Was
I
it?
don't think it originated in Baby Boy, but it was.
It was in Baby Boy.
It was.
Was Taraji P. Henson said that shit?
Yeah, she said it to
Let me smell.
Proud Mary said that shit.
Let me smell your dick.
Yeah, she gets up on the couch and is like, "Get in it."
Get in it.
And he's like, "I ain't gonna lie, I'm aroused right now, but I got some shit on the oven." She's like, "What?" Like,
It don't taste better than me. He was like, you right. So then Calvin announces to the shop that they aren't going to actually leave the South Side. Everyone cheers and they're very happy. And I think there's like a little dance number or whatever to like September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, I believe. And then NBA star Anthony Davis, who is a Chicago native in real life, comes into the shop because he heard about the ceasefire and he helps them promote it. He is an odd-looking person. Like, he's fucking gigantic, and his arms are like way too long.
He's like 7 feet tall.
He's 6'10".
God. Yo, all right.
And he's got a unibrow.
Nobody messes with my unibrow.
Like they need to.
Yo, they need to.
This is look now.
You need a pair of clippers and they like fucking go to work right up the middle. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, he's just an odd looking guy, man. Like the way he moves feels very unnatural to like how a human walks.
Yeah, well, that's kind of how they all move. Goddamn tall.
When you're built like Lurch from the Addams Family, you got
Yo, his arm, it's like him and like what is it? Is it D Wade who's like his upper body looks like a robot because it's like really big. He's got like a tiny head.
That's Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard. Yeah. Yo, his head is like the size of this glass.
Yo, it looked like he went to Louisiana and somebody put the voodoo on him.
He's a character from fucking Beetlejuice in the lobby.
Yeah, yo.
Yeah, it's super weird. Like, yo, you need to do head weights, my guy. Like, how you get your head swole? Like, your body is strange. But yeah, so he comes in and he like tweets it out or whatever, and then it just blows up into this huge thing, which is really great. Kenny frantically comes in while everybody's celebrating to tell Calvin that Jalen is at the park about to join the Golden Lords, and so Calvin rushes there. He arrives just in time to see Jalen not do it and not hop in the car with these guys. I feel like they would have just kicked the shit out of him. Like, I feel like they wouldn't have just
left their legs.
What's that?
With them skinny jeans. Ah, fuck it. You have to shoot them.
Yo, I would whoop that ass right now, but you know these jeans is mad tight, and I can't really breathe. I need to sit down. So the thank God above all else, or whatever the fuck his name is.
What was it? Thank you, God.
Thank you, God, always.
Did he thank God when he was having sex with a 17-year-old Kardashian girl?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm saying, I mean,
I didn't know he did that.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was a pedophile.
Yeah, he's a bit of a. I mean, well, it's in the Bible, right?
Oh, there you go. Thank you, God, always.
yeah. I don't want to hear jack shit about what I said about that, about a woman giving a blowjob twice. That nigga had sex with a 17-year-old girl. Yo, shut up. That nigga was like 28. Fuck out of here. Next up,
Wow.
the shot makes it to its 48 hours, and everybody celebrates. They're like, "Yay! There was only one murder," which is kind of sad, but
Yay, we only a child was murdered.
not 8 adults.
Right, not a gang member, not any one of these fucking gang members, just an innocent child.
I mean, it's the best they could do. I mean, the sad thing is, like, Baltimore's had a couple of these ceasefires, and
They had one a couple weeks ago when someone got shot during the damn thing.
of course,
Like, there you go.
like, come on, man. Like, we got to do better, man. We really do. Then Gerard and Bree are leaving that next morning, and they finally address their feelings towards one another. Gerard goes a little bit over the top by declaring his love for her.
She's like, whoa, nigga, take it easy.
Yo, she's so fine, man. Like, she is a good-looking woman. She just seems smart. I like her character. And Gerard's response to her when she's like, "Oh, I find your neuroses cute and your nerdiness like pretty sexy or whatever," and his response was so fucked up at first because he goes, "That's what I like about you. You get me." I was like, "Yo, what kind of self-serving bullshit is that?" Because you find me so amazing is why I think you're awesome. I was like, that's not really the way to do that. But then he goes, "Yeah, and you know, the guy who you were dating before didn't appreciate you, and he was not good enough for you." And then that's all she needed to hear. I was like, oh, he really likes me too. And so she immediately kisses him. Did not ask for consent.
Oh, he's a monster.
No.
Or she's a
she did not ask for consent. Question is she problematic?
As far as I'm concerned, everybody, everywhere, at all times is problematic.
It's the easiest way to be.
Yeah.
pretty much.
That's why I don't comment on shit. Everybody's wrong on everything. Everything that everybody does at all points in their life, they are wrong. Makes my life a whole hell of a lot easier.
You know, one thing I wasn't wrong about. Giving 2 blowjobs in a row is not acceptable. Yeah, I wasn't wrong. To take your point, comedy of threes. That's it. So they declare their affection for each other, so they get together, which is great. I thought that was cute because they never said anything, but there were a couple moments where like she would look at him when he said stuff, and she like you could see she was into him. It was a nice, like, not an in your face relationship, I thought.
Yeah.
Then Drea shows up at Terry and Rashad's house to apologize. No, yo, you just get beat up. Like, she would have Eve. Nah, yo, she would have beat the shit out of Nicki Minaj for over
Like
that
Rough
shit.
Rider Eve?
Yeah, nah. Like bald-headed Eve back in the day when she wasn't fucking around? Like, nah. My brother-in-law, who you know, has the biggest thing for Eve, which is the weirdest thing to me.
The one that is your wife's biological brother,
Yes.
or the married
No,
brother?
my wife's biological brother.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, just...
Isn't she married to a billionaire?
She is.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, she is. Like, he's like a prince or some shit like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because niggas don't appreciate black women.
Yeah.
And now it's like, all right,
She
well,
was
fuck
like-
y'all.
Bye.
Right.
Yo, of all the rappers ever, Eve is a billionaire. That's incredible. But apparently that dude, like, this guy she married, like, he saw her as a rapper and he was like, yo, this woman is super fine. I'm all
Yeah.
about that.
There you go.
It's just funny to imagine my brother-in-law of all people.
Yo, that's kind of funny to me.
That's just not.
Yeah, it's not
Like their
something that
personalities are nowhere near each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's like me and Cardi B. Like, Cardi B would not be my type at all, but yeah.
So what part of Cardi B is not your type? The looks or the intelligence?
I'm not a fan of her rap music. No, that's not true, actually. That's her intelligence. Sorry, guys. Sorry. She doesn't strike me as being the smartest person I've ever met. However, she's fine. And you know what? I like her personality, though.
Oh, she's
fun-loving.
She's a national treasure.
She is. We must protect her.
She's a very fun person. She seems very genuine. Nothing about her nothing about her personality seems fake.
I've seen those.
I mean, there might be something.
Might be a couple of things, but nothing about her
2 or
personality
3.
seems fake.
1 or 2 things. Not a big deal.
Not 3.
Oh, her teeth, right?
Yeah, she got 4 then.
What was the other one?
She's got 2 breasts, and she got some work done on her ass.
So 5.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I've seen old videos of her twerking. She ain't had nothing back in the day, but she worked with what she had.
Yeah. Oh. Is that all that changed now? I hate fake chicks.
No, I do. I don't like a fake
she
butt.
got like the proper one done, and not like fix a flat, because it doesn't look bad.
No, it does not. No, I didn't know that.
When she twerks, it doesn't sound like 2 rocks hitting each other.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Like, whoa.
Isn't that what you like? No, I don't. Back to Instagram.
But Dre goes to the house and she's like apologizes, and then she's like, "Yeah, if you want another girl to come through, you gotta do is hit me up." And she's like, "Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of here," and then a comment comes running like, "Yo, wait, hold on, let's hit around real quick." Look, I'd have done the same damn thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. Here's my only thing. So I don't know if you guys noticed, and you can rewind your copies of this. Nicki Minaj is wearing like clear Timberlands
When she goes to the house?
Yeah, like when she's walking away at the end, when after she's like, "All right, see you later," bye, and she's walking away. She's wearing clear Timberlands. I was like, the magic boots from Black Harry Potter. The fuck? It's really weird. It's an interesting style choice. But yeah.
Yeah, they are. Like, they have colored soles, but then the up on the side is clear. Yeah, that's kind of odd. Anyway. Hey.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get it. Fashion's strange to me. I wear T-shirts in Target. What can I do? Sorry. Fucking $5.99. So then JB Smoove gives Calvin back the non-refundable check. Okay. And then Jalen gets Calvin. He comes to the shop and he gets Calvin to cut off all his dreads, which is funny because he has all these dreads and Calvin cuts them all off, but his hair is still like really high at the end. I was like, yeah. I think, and I don't know, I think that might have been a wig. Pretty sure. So he cuts it all off and everybody's happy. And then there's a post-credit scene or inter-credit scene of Obama coming to the shop because he is so impressed by everything that happened. And he comes down to get his haircut. That Obama impersonator is playing him, who kind of looks a lot like him. But he does a really good impression of him.
He does it. He does it professionally.
Yeah. And he comes and he gets his hair cut by Eddie, who fucks it up and like cuts a piece out of his hair. So credits. That's it.
There you go.
Yeah.
All in all, pretty good movie. Funny as hell.
Fun movie. Really funny. Yeah. And I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah. This is my 3rd time seeing it.
Oh, really?
Same.
Wow. Well, yeah, this is my first time. I thought it was good. Do you think they'll make more of these?
No. I think this is it.
Yeah, and I don't think they need to. I think this is a solid ending.
Yeah.
To the series.
And honestly, I mean, I would want Malcolm Lee to do it, and if he's not, and he looks to be tied up for a while.
Why? What's he doing? Is he doing more Best Man?
Yes, he actually
Holidays?
is. He's doing the Best Man Wedding one of the characters.
Yeah, we haven't done those movies yet.
Those movies are good, man. They really are.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing them.
All right, there you go. Any parting words before we get out of here?
Fun movie. That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Okay, that's it for us. We will see you guys for a preview episode for episode 124 next week. Make sure you get your 5-star reviews in on iTunes. As long as they're 5 stars, we will read them on air. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can watch the videos for these, youtube.com/blackonblackcinema. That's always positive. Also, check out the other shows in the TMP Studios network. You can go to tmpstudios.com and look at our corporate douchebag website. It's really corporate. But it does have a list of all of our shows. You can also sign up for premium content. You can go to blackonblackcinema.com/premium to sign up. It's $5 a month or $50 for the full year. You get a bunch of premium shows, including our political podcast, our action movie podcast, which is the same format as this, our James Bond podcast with Micah and another guy, which is a similar style as this show, and Airing the Grievances, which is a show Mike and I co-host, all about Seinfeld, where we relate terrible personal stories with episodes of Seinfeld, and we are going through the series in order. So check all that stuff out, and we will see you guys next time.
See you.
Take it easy.
We out.